about, if you have this tight, airtight cover, then it's not going to dry out. This is my colors that I use most. I don't mind you using any color you want, but the more you limit your palette, the more you learn about color, the more you learn about value particularly, okay? Because people get hung up on color and they don't understand value. So the past semester, 2 semesters, we've really concentrated on value more than color, and I love color. I can use color pretty well. My teacher, Graham Inglis, was a colorist. He was an illustrator, and he was strong on color, and so that was a natural for me to be able to pick it up. Your painting will never be prettier than your palette. Okay, so you can let it paint however you best like, and for me, I like to put my warm colors together, and then my cooler colors together. This is like a shortcut color.
Ochre? Or is that Rossi?
This is Rossi, yeah. Yellow ochre, same thing. I don't like colors that are pre-tube that have white in them, because I'd rather add the whiteness. Anything that's kind of a light color, I'd rather make that color. Now that, for me, is a small amount of paint.
It is.
That is the minimum amount of paint that you probably want to use when you're painting. So just so you have an idea that what your minimum would be. all these colors are not for painting with. These are for mixing. Okay, so pretty much all of your colors that you have are mixing colors, not painting colors. These dark colors are transparent colors. So they're wonderful if you want to glaze. They're clean colors. They don't have any white in them. And they're not mixed phthalo blue. That's phthalo blue. And phthalo green. Ultramarine blue. Okay, so that's my primary palette. Now, in truth, my primary palette is just alizarin, cadmium, get the orange, cadmium yellow, zinc yellow, or lemon yellow. I skip all of these and do the phthalo green, phthalo blue, and ultramarine. So my extra color are these two and this. I strongly suggest, as a person learning color, that you limit your palette. Maybe are limited even more. Yeah. I keep it more limited. Matter of fact, these little sketches are just 2 colors. And I'm thinking to myself that I'm going to do more plein air value layouts like that with just 2 colors. And it may not always be purple and burnt sienna. It's always going to be burnt sienna. There might be green and burnt sienna, it might be red and burnt sienna, it might be blue. Ultramarine is a favorite in burnt sienna, because you can get a really wide range of color with ultramarine. The Zorn palette is just 3 colors. It's yellow ochre, cadmium red, and ultramarine. And you can get a complete portrait palette with that. So if you were to go out to paint and paint just with that, that's another good exercise. And it's really successful. You don't need a lot of paints. Now, yesterday when you all came into class, I mentioned to you that you've got to put out all your colors and to spend the first 10 minutes mixing paint. Because while you're mixing paint, you're also stimulating your mind. You're stimulating your artistic sense of what you're going to paint. So first I mix colors like this, just to get the basic breakdown. So I have 2 tones of everyone. And I'm trying to, when I do it, get about the same value on each one.
So you go down the town and mix them all in white?
Pretty much. And the reason why, it gives me an easy way to pick up a color without picking up too much. It's easy for me to be able to put, like if I'm painting a distant area in the painting, I got the white added already. It makes me paint so quick. It gives me a chance to really, I've got plenty of paint on my palette, so my paint's juicier. So you can learn about your paint that you buy if you buy a brand new paint by mixing that white with it in the same amounts as your other paint. You can see there's a big difference sometimes in ultimate. That one's blue.
That's the phthalo green?
Yeah.
I love that. This is phthalo green.
Yes,
yeah,
gorgeous.
And this is really nice.
And it's called what? Mixing?
It's just soft formula mixing. Now, do you see the difference in temperature?
Yeah. That's a little darker.
It's a shade darker if I squint. This could be a little bit lighter. So it doesn't have to be exact. What I often do when I do this is I'll look at my painting and I'll say, is that the shade? Is that the shade I want? You know, and my photograph, whatever I'm using for a photograph, I'll hold my paint and say, what do I want? What do I want? you know, to my photograph that I'm painting. Now, some colors you cannot mix with my palette to be as vibrant. And sometimes that's good, because many students tend to paint too raw and too vibrant, okay? But I want that there just so you can see, you know, the vibrancy of it. Now, the first thing I do after that is start then combining some. So I'll take my blue and my alizarin, and I'm going to take two cool colors and mix them together, because this is a cool red right here. This is a warm red. This is a cool blue. That's a warmer blue. So I'm going to take my two cool colors and mix them together, and I get a nice violet. Now, of course, that's going to be a darker violet if I had the colors originally darker to begin with. So if I want to make it more blue, I can add straight blue if I want it darker. I can add straight alizarin red if I want it darker. And now I've got a nice vibrant color. Now, we all know that red and blue makes purple. But there's a difference on the color wheel as to whether one's warmer or cooler. So if I take a warm red and I take a warm blue, I should still get purple. But there's a difference. The difference is that with the warm red and the warm blue, I am closer to the yellow scale. We're always working with red, blue, and yellow. So now I've got a nice gray violet. You feel the difference? Okay? Because I took two warm colors together. Now I can actually take my alizarin and mix it with the warm, or I can take my cadmium and mix it with the cool, and it's still going to be greater than this because I've got that yellow element. When you take all three primaries and mix them in different amounts, you're going to get a gray. So people say, why am I getting gray all the time? Because they're mixing a little bit of the red, yellow, blue. So when I say warm, I'm saying it's got yellow in it. If I say it's cool, it means it's got blue in it. Okay? So now I'm going to take my zinc yellow, my bright, cold, greenish yellow, and I'm going to take just a tiny bit of the green. And I've got a great chartreuse.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Now I could leave it light like that, or I could make it a little bit darker. And you notice how little I am with the green? Because it's so powerful. So you don't want to take so much. Really grasp is that you're always working with three colors. And it's
Does that have all three colors here?
this has a tiny bit of red because it's the warm. It's the warm one. What happens if I took orange?
It's warmer still.
And mix it.
I like that brown.
And mix a little bit more.
Like almost like saffron.
No white. No white.
That color.
So now I pure pink. You see how simply I'm coming down the scale here, boom, 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 and adding green. Now if I wanted to be more green, I'll just add more green. But I no longer, now I've got a wonderful, beautiful dark green. See how dark and nice that is? Now I've got a nice dark green. And if I want to lighten that up, I just add a little bit more yellow, any one of these again, and I'm going to lighten it up. So I add a little bit of this yellow, and a little more yellow back into it, I can lighten it up. So, really easy to make your greens, okay? With this palette, you don't need to go out and buy 6 tubes of green. So this starts looking kind of fun to paint with.
Standing of the color.
When you go to Costa Rica to paint, and you go to Italy to paint, you don't need to take more than 3 tubes or 4 tubes. You don't have to take a whole lot of tubes. 6 tubes would make me any color I want.
Can you do the same thing in Iowa?
Barbara asked for portrait colors, okay? So if I were to take my alizarin red, which is my cold red, and I'm going to make it just a little bit darker, like this. And so as not to confuse you, I could add any of this arrow to it, but I'm going to take my first mix, which is the zinc and this, and mix these two together. And that is my basic flesh. My chartreuse is one of my standards on my palette all the time. These other colors I did for demo purpose, and that's I'm painting.
Now, how will you lighten that flesh tone?
this, I can take it with this, and I can add this to it, or just pure white, and I'm starting to make a nice flush tone this way.
Yellow, white.
Yes. Basic, okay? That just gives you your basic color. Now, there's lots of others, so I'm gonna go through a few others for you. Now, I can take all those colors, and I can mix them together, or I can leave them, so I can take that color, because they're all from the same mix.
Yeah.
They're all the same family. So I can mix these colors out together, and I can lighten that, darken it, or change it as I paint any way I want to. But now I've got a nice dark color for a flesh tone. So that just gives you an idea how to control a flesh tone very easily. So I've got this flesh tone, and I feel like I want to go cooler. I'm going to add a little bit of my violet, so I'm adding blue. Now if I add straight blue, it's going to be very powerful. But if I add violet, it's got a little red in it, it's got a little white in it, so it's going to lighten it, and it's not going to have it so powerful that it changes it. So now I've got a nice grayer flesh tone, even better. Okay? So, and I could add any of these. I could add green to it. That's adding blue and yellow. Okay, just remember, it's always only 3 colors. So now I've got that, and I'm going to lighten it up. There you go. The white always tells you the true color. If I'm saying purple, I'm saying, do I want a little bit of red and blue? I'm not really saying purple. Do I want to cool it a little bit and still heat it up? Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make black. I'm taking ultramarine, and I'm taking alizarin, and I'm taking phthalo green.
Ultramarine.
Now, if I want to be more towards blue, I can even take my, it doesn't matter whether you take phthalo or ultramarine. You're just taking a dark color. It doesn't even matter if you take the purple, because you're still getting alizarin. Okay, so it doesn't matter. And then you're going to mix these together. And that's your basic black. Now, if you're painting and you want to see what color it is, if I stretch it out, it's got more blue in it. You see how the color blue is coming in? If you don't know for sure what color you've got there, you always do this with dark colors. You want to see the actual temperature. So there's the blue I made by adding it. Now, why is it so blue?
Because you have more blue in it. Oh, no, I didn't.
There's more blue in it. Because, why is there more blue? Because the green has blue. Right? Okay, so I'm making y'all think. That's what I really want to do. So the green has blue, this has blue, and blue has, so it's not quite. So if I wanted to change the temperature of this, so that's the color I just made. If I add more red to it.
What if you put more sienna?
Well, that's true. But see now I've got a slightly, so if I've got a red black, I've got a blue black. If I'm painting something blue, I've got my darkest blue. I've got a blue black. I've got a red black. Do you see the red color I've got? I've got a red black. Isn't that pretty?
I would say if you're painting a tree, I mean, if you could use these colors and relate them to like, well, this would be a good leaf in the light or a shadow or stuff like that, it helps me.
Yeah, it does. So if you're going to paint a landscape, for instance, and you want to say a tree is close to you and this tree is far away, but I've got 2 separate ways I do it. I'll take this and say, this is the tree or the grass that's close to me. And now, as the grass goes further away, I'm going to add maybe a little bit of this. And that's the same grass further away. And as it goes further away, I might take a little bit of this. And that's the same grass further away. Mix all these colors together. Yeah, mix all my greens together. Because okay, there's my black. Let's just take all these. I mix them all together.
Wow.
And then I can usually turn that into a flesh tone. I can turn that into a brown. I can make it a beautiful blue. I can make it a nice deep red.
Make a nice light flesh tone right now.
What?
Nice light flesh tone.
I'm going to just pick up a little bit of red in it. A little bit of orange, a little bit of yellow. I'm going to take some light to it. Now, if it's too hot, what do?
Cool it down.
Yeah, I could add more green, or I could add some violet to it. There's a nice flesh tone. And if I want to add white, and I could add a little yellow to it. So I can take that and make it any color I want. Do I want to make it blue? Or I just picked up on my blue. All I have to do is add more blue to it. Okay, so that is my basic dark. I can add anything to it to get it where I want it to go.